In a world full of noise and endless distractions, where the city never sleeps and voices compete to be heard, one podcast dares to cut through the chaos. Welcome to the Oracle 19 podcast, where truth meets thought and bold ideas spark conversations that shape our urban world.
Welcome to a brand new podcast. And as always, this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. If you have a business and you want to put your business on this platform, we over 80 countries worldwide. Just email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to make a donation, a free will offering to the podcast via PayPal, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. For general inquiries, the Oracle 19 at the Oracle 19 Radio.com. Again, the Oracle 19 at the Oracle 19 Radio.com. We have different links to other affiliates, www.linktree.com. You can support us that way. We have a Patreon channel, which you have videos that's not posted on YouTube, digital artwork, and consulting services as well. www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. We have websites that you can shop. We ship worldwide. The first one is our baby shopping mall, evolutionoflondon.com, and evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G. Both websites collectively, men's, kids, ladies' clothes, custom clothing, digital artwork, the EBooks for personal as well as business use, accessories, house products, cologne, perfume, and much more. evolutionoflondon.com and evolutionoflondon.org. We're on Rumble, rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19, like, subscribe, and share. And our internet radio website, which you can watch shows on there as well, www.theoracle19radio.com. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, blueberry, just to name a few. And if you want to place an order for these luxury candles over 35 plus burning hours, email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok, Royalty 9 International. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years, so if you want to book a consultation, email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. That's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. Music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. We have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his website, you will see his other social media platforms. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continue to train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. The Greatness 19 channel, as we are approaching 1,400 shows. This is our educational channel to open up your third eye. Greatness 19. And subscribe to the Mr. Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel. Mr. Evolution of London, Health and Wellness Channel. A lot of great information on there as well. Now, the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, both of those on YouTube, of course. And finally, well, almost finally, rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19. And finally, www.theoracle19radio.com. Well, today we're going to talk about manhood. Manhood. Men knowing how to talk to other men. Men need to know about manhood. If you look into build families, understand other men, talk to men a certain way, you need this. A lot of men need to get game from older men. And unfortunately, it's not a lot of older men out here that's given game of life. But manhood is very important. And why I'm talking about this topic, I was watching a show, and I'm going to mention this. It's the Corey Holcomb show. Shout out to him. And he brought a gentleman named Anton Daniels onto the show. And when you have two men with difference of opinion, things can go wrong. Right, wrong, up and down. And this is on a sidebar. This is why me personally, at least not now, maybe in the future, I did it one time, had another man on the show interviewing, and it didn't go comfortable as I wanted to be. And you know, when you have two men, and this is past bigger than my situation, of course, but if we as men wasn't raised or wasn't taught of manhood, how to be a man, how should we talk to other men, the way we should talk to other men, things would go bad real quick. And this is one reason why I know a few of my brothers out here, we don't have too many friends, male friends. As you get older, you eliminate that. Why? Because the era that we live in now, this is my personal opinion, a lot of men don't know how to talk to each other. Watch social media, a lot of the younger guys out here, they into the social media world, and they figure they could just talk crazy, say anything to a man. And it could go bad, like I said, real quick. And I'm going to break down, in my personal opinion, how men should talk to each other, because men could kill each other. You put the wrong men in front of each other, it can go wrong real quick. People can die. Now, here's one of the basics. Men, now if you haven't had an older person that didn't teach you, maybe what I'm going to say today might help you grow as a man. For one, when we having conversations, and again, I'm talking about this because I reflect on the show, Corey Holcomb show. You cannot just, and I'm paraphrasing it. I watched the whole show, and you can't, just be disrespecting another man, and not a real man for that matter, and not having any repercussions behind that. You cannot just tell another man to, and I'm speaking in general, to suck his penis. I'm giving it a clean form. That's homosexual talk in the eyes of a lot of real men. Or, you do a lot of penis sucking, even if that's supposed to be a joke or not. You don't joke like that. I'm not going to joke like that or even throw it out there to my homies, about that. It's just the way you talk to a man. It's supposed to be the way you supposedly being reciprocating respect and honor should be back to you. I'm not going to talk, especially in my age, I'm not going to tell another man to suck my penis. And I have to be this direct with you. Not even a joke. This is part of manhood. Learning how to talk to one another. And I think that's one of the problems. Now, the problem, I would say, the only problem with the show and Corey Holcomb's show, and again, I usually don't critique people's shows because that's not my business, but I'm just trying to bring in my perspective. And again, another man's going to do what they do. But me personally, at this stage in my life, I'm not going to put somebody on a show personally, that I fundamentally disagree with. That I know it might cause a fight because our differences is so vast. Now, I know Brother Corey Holcomb probably did it just because he wanted to give a different perspective. Not everybody will have his type of mindset. So let me switch it up. I get that per se. But as you get older, when you start hitting the elder age, 40, 50, 60 years old, I'm speaking collectively. Your manhood, that's respect. How people treat you. You just can't have anybody in your circle. I think my personal opinion, he fumbled the ball on that one, bringing a perspective totally opposite of his. Because when you bring in someone at a certain point of your age, when you're a certain age, 40 and over, you set in your ways. You eat the same way. You think the same way. You sleep the same way. You're not going to deviate like you was a teenager or your early 20s trying to figure out life. You basically know how you want your life constructed. You basically know how the people around you who you want to associate with. So you want to stick to that script. And when you start bringing in new people that you never really talk to or have a fundamentally different philosophy from you, it's going to lead to a serious argument. And it could get physical, which it almost did. Because when Anton Daniels made a slick comment about him being a penis sucker, not in the literal sense, but, just slick talk. This is manhood code. This can lead to something bad instantly. And it almost did. Because Corey Holcomb wasn't trying to hear that. He wasn't trying to have that. And I get it too. I understand it. Especially on his platform. And, we as men, collectively say things out of pocket to each other because we figure we can get away with it. And not every man is built from the same cloth where they're going to turn the other cheek. We must know how to talk to each other. And if you, as a man, don't know how to talk to other men in a respectable way, your best bet is to not talk to men at all. You just nod your head and keep moving. This is stage one of manhood. Knowing how to talk to another man, not be disrespectful, saying all different types of flagrant stuff because you feel you can. This is what it is. That's part one. And that comes from being raised by men in your childhood. You know how to carry yourself. This is all part of manhood. You know how to dress. Men got to know you can't dress one way for every function. Some men are so one-dimensional, they just dress one way for all cases. This is not part of manhood. Part of manhood is not only learning how to talk to other men, but knowing how to conduct yourself as a man, especially you in the public eye. That is very important. Knowing how to conduct yourself as a man, and it starts from childhood. Especially you black men. Especially you black men. You have to conduct yourself already in a certain way because you're labeled as being the scum of the earth, the lowest of the low. You're not taken serious in life anyway. So you have to conduct yourself in a certain way at all times. People don't have respect for you from the jump. It is what it is. Knowing how to dress, knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing how to talk to other men in the proper way. And if men is disrespecting you, you have to remove yourself from that situation, and you have to address it. Look at a man in his eyes and tell him you don't appreciate that. And depending what he say to you is depending also how you have to be prepared to deal with the situation. It's all about your manhood. That's the only thing you got. And you're not respected, especially as a black man. But men in general, because they push this female energy, men in general is not respected. That's why it's very important in manhood. Men at a young age, need to have mentorships to correct them. Brotherhood, organizations, especially if they can't learn it from home. They need that at a young age, 4 years old. They need to be under the tutelage of a man, right from wrong. That's the only way you are going to survive. And I hope y'all get that. I hope you understand it. Because men is losing the ability to talk to other men properly. And that has a lot to do of being around females all the time. They're single moms. They the product of single moms, and they around feminine energy, the auntie, the grandmammy, the great grandmammy. Yeah. Big important thing that we lacking. And if you can't get mentorship in your community, then go through social media and check out these different podcasts like the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel on YouTube, Mr. Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel. And go on social media hard and search for mentors, and you will get the answers you seek. And this is happening in generation after generation after generation. Men suffer in silence a lot. Yeah, they suffer in silence a whole lot, because this world that we live in North America, teaches that the woman is never wrong. Yes, I repeat, this world that we live in teaches that the world is never, ever, ever. You don't have to listen to a man. In the eyes of the society, never, ever, ever. The woman is the queen, the king, the prince and princesses. And men lose their ability to talk to other men because they've been around this female energy for so long. And it's very sad. It's no brotherhood. It seems like a dying art now. So men automatically feel isolated and silenced. Their voices, they already told that their voice don't matter. Is Mr. Greatness wrong? Is he off? You tell me. See, manhood is not something you claim. It's something you practice. And no man was meant to practice this alone. See, if men would talk to each other, no man was meant to practice it alone. We need to talk to each other, seriously. How can you raise a family if you don't know how to control your emotions as a man? You don't know how to talk to other men. How can you survive? Pay attention, men, because this society that we live in is destroying you from within, little by little, through emotions, through respect, lack of respect. See, men, we need counseling. Women have a support group. We need counseling. We definitely do. Successful people that made it that can give you insight. We need it in the worst way. You know, I remember, and I'm going to sound old, back in my day, there was more men in the family, not only in the family, but men in the streets that was about something. Nowadays, everything is done and governed by the internet. It's a dying art. Manhood. We so emotional that we don't even have leadership skills. We rather cry. We rather paint our nails. Yeah. It's bad out here. It's bad. We rather cry on social media, paint our nails. This is not manhood. This is not manhood nature. Wear dresses, skirts, purses, tights. This is not manhood community. This is not manhood living. This is chaos, if you ask me. And that has a lot to do with a lack of men. And that's also have a lot to do with how government changing men principle, making them more slow and stupid. We living in strange times, ladies and gentlemen. And it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse because being a man nowadays is obsolete. Men is being dumbed down by the minute. Manhood is learned, not assumed. Are y'all guys with me? Are you really taking this in? Does this make sense? That's why I'm pausing. I'm letting it sink in. See, nobody taught men how to talk. Men was just told man up, but never shown how. Men don't need more motivation. They need men. A man without counsel becomes his own worst enemy. Strong men don't stay silent. Men were alone. Can y'all guys help me with this? I just had to adjust my mic here. Can y'all guys really sink this in? Strong men don't stay silent. Men were not meant to suffer alone. Silence isn't strength. Discipline is. See, manhood is learned, as I mentioned, not assumed. A woman could support you. A man sharpens you. I say this again. A woman can support you. A man sharpens you. These is like phrases I want you men to sink in. You gotta be being a man, showing your manhood comes with many responsibilities. Always making decisions, being a decision maker, a leader. Even not all men could be leaders, but within your with your own circumference, being a man, being a man, being responsible, having morals and standards, knowing how to talk to one another, which is a big, big thing. We don't know how to talk to each other. A lot of times, this is why there's a lot of fights and unnecessary fights. And it's going to continue. It's going to get worse. Oh, you don't think it's going to get worse? Look at the world right now. Being masculine, showing masculinity is a dying art. We are told to be soft and cuddly and not threatening, smiling all the time. Preposterous, hideous. Men need to be part of manhood. Men need to be a pillar of the community. You need to have a purpose in life, men. You need to develop, create, be the best version of yourself. Great responsibilities. So see, we walking this slow tonight, today, this evening, morning, whenever you listen to the show. See, women and children will try to dumb you down. But to be masculine, to be a man, you have to sometimes stand on your square, even right, wrong, up and down. Stand on your square. Be proactive. Be brothers towards your own nation. Try to be the best version of yourself. That's not easy, but it's attainable. You only get one life to live, as far as we know, men. So look and seek out other men so you can gain wisdom, growth, self-discipline, guidance. You can handle crises. You're motivated. You're able to give life advices. You're a great conversational person. Is this you? You tell me. You tell me if this is you. What is the real you? Can you stand in your square? How much a man are you in society? Can you look at a woman dead in her eye, and she could be your wife or significant other, and you can tell her you're wrong, or you could tell her, I'm the boss. Can you say that? Can you be a leader in your house? All right. You saying you can. All right. Are you a role model? Being having man, being a man's man, having developing your manhood skills. These are things you should be doing. Can you be a role model to the younger generation? Can you educate? Are you leaving a legacy? These is part of the signs of life. And a lot of us men are lacking this. This is why we feel we can talk to a man any type of way. And it's very unfortunate. That's why I wanted to talk on the show today. Because what I seen in the video, Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels, people just don't know how to talk to each other. Are you able to talk to people, other men? So, until the next time, search for men that is proactive. You have a social media platform, and you can contact people via PayPal, via Gmail, via Hotmail, etc. Time for you to reveal. It's time for us to reveal from the weak to the strong to the weak. Time for us to reveal that. Are you that person? Are you strong or are you weak? It's time to put it out there. Is this fighting and not knowing how to talk to another man can lead to a murder, death, kill? We gotta do better, man. You can't run a family if you don't even know how to talk to your family. Make sense? I hope so. I can talk on this for a long period of time, but you men need to understand that. And y'all men need to understand that manhood is at a low level. And you might be on that level. Until the next time. Take care.